What's going on, guys? Just wanted to make a short update video here. I'm on like 60 miles now. 63 is on the speedometer. Uh, just kind of my thoughts in the first, under 100 miles on the bike. The small changes that most people want on virtually any bike. The handlebars, I definitely prefer like a 3-inch rise there. Different direct mount stem, I would like. Maybe something that moves it a little bit more forward as well to kind of make the reach a little longer for me so it doesn't feel as tight, because this does make it feel like it's a little tight, to be honest. Outside of that, I do think the foot pegs are totally fine. Large platform there. I did swap out the grips, not that the stock ones were bad or anything. Everybody has their own preference. These are the Pro Taper pillow grips. Brake pads. The brakes are great. I think the brake pads, they're not bad or anything, but I think you could, on your next pair that you get, definitely try to get like an upgraded, maybe full metallic. Not that I don't know what type these are, if they're semi or some type of composite or whatever, but that is just a small suggestion. You can obviously just buy the OEM pads and they definitely work fine. They might just wear down a little bit easier. Suspension, nothing to complain about there. Maybe the rear shock for me, I'm 175, 5'9". Maybe it feels a little stiff right now. Probably have to adjust that a little more. So I do think the front fork, though, is pretty solid for me. Coming over to the chain and things like that, I do really like this chain guide. Very awesome. Keeping the chain on there, the chain guard, of course, as well. There is a rubber piece right here, and that just free spins, and you don't need like a little part to kind of keep your chain there. So yeah, I do like that. What else we got? The kind of stock decals on the battery I didn't really care for, so I peeled those off. I'm not a huge fan of the red. Not that it looks bad or anything, it's not my favorite color. So I do wish that could be kind of changed on these bikes, but it's not a big deal for me. I can definitely swap them out or paint them or something. So the seat, it's kind of controversial. I think it's definitely not the best seat. I do think it should be a little bit longer. My first ride, I thought it was extremely uncomfortable, but now that I've been riding it a little bit, maybe I'm used to it. I don't find it as uncomfortable anymore. So I do think, though, it could have more padding, so that's kind of my thing. I wish they didn't try to cheap out on the seat. So every bike should kind of have a comfortable seat nowadays, but that's just me. What else do I notice about it? Regen braking. On this little switch here, you turn that on. You press your brakes when you're riding, and that's actually going to engage your motor and slow you down even more. So you might notice that you don't really like that setting right out the gate because it just feels too aggressive when it's stopping. Might send you over the handlebars. Kind of keep that in mind. So maybe that would be a far driver thing. You kind of turn that down in the app. I love the passcode option. I'm tired of all these bikes needing a key start or just having like a little NFC card. I like that they have that option, but I definitely prefer holding this down and doing your own passcode. That was definitely a smart idea by them. It's kind of these small details that make these bikes better. So you have that, you have your NFC key, and yeah, don't have to worry about it. So anyway, let me take this seat off. I personally leave my battery in the bike most of the time. At least that's what I've done with all my other bikes. So this slides back. You take out that screw. You just watch me do it. And you have this little pocket here. You can store whatever you need. You got this little latch here that you can open up to show your battery. You got those tabs that hold your battery in place to not rattle around. And yeah, this is kind of an interesting design here. Obviously, Surons and stuff, they don't have things like this. You just kind of drop the battery in and it's good, like the Ultra B, for example. But anyway, I mean, that's kind of a cool feature, I think, because your battery is technically safe and you need a key to get into the compartment. So maybe if you leave it out in public, which most people don't want to leave this out in public, but that's kind of cool. So I just leave that key in there, because why would I take it out? So they gave you two. I just have the spare in my house, and yeah, that's that. So the subframe does feel a little thin. That would be cool to see people kind of updating these subframes and maybe adjusting it to where it's longer and you can put a different seat here. So that'd be pretty badass. I'd like to see that. And then maybe change out the rear fender plastic so it's like an upgrade kit with a seat and then a rear plastic. That'd probably be the best solution if you can somehow manage to reuse this subframe, or just create a brand new subframe. So anyway, that's a little small rant, not a big deal. I mean, I can definitely deal with the seat now, but that'd be definitely cool if they could maybe make it like 2 inches longer. But anyway, I thought I took off this side plastic last night. I should have taken a picture to kind of show you guys. Maybe I'll do it another time. I thought this was kind of weird. I mean, it looks good. This isn't bad or anything, but I don't know who the engineer is here. So you got a screw there. That's pretty standard, not weird. You got one underneath this little latch here. No problem there. You got one right here. And then it just gets, you got another one there. You have a Phillips. Then it switches to Phillips. So it went from like a T25 to a Phillips head. And then, which I'd have to take the battery out. But behind this, oh wait, no, never mind. We got it right there. So that is a T25, but you obviously need an Allen key for it because it's just right there. So I don't know. And it's not matching the black either. So I don't know what the thought process was there. It's also a really long screw. So it's just kind of awkward to take out. So I thought it was just going to be a super easy process. I was just kind of being slow, probably taking it off. But I don't know. Small things like that you'd think were a little bit easier to get off. And I guess I should say, if you take off that side plastic, what I found out is that this little box here is kind of exposed now. So it doesn't actually look aesthetically pleasing at all, because, I mean, if this went to about right here after, then it would probably look fine. Because all up here, this is just obviously the bare frame, so that's not bad. But yeah, it's just, you see this box underneath, and it's just like a weird gap and stuff. So I don't think most people are going to want to take off these side plastics for this type. Maybe the Vetra plastics can go on this bike. I'm not sure. That'd be kind of interesting to see if they're like reversible with each other. Because what I would imagine is you take off this side plastic and then you would buy maybe the rear plastic for the Vetra, and maybe that would mount on your frame so it could hide this little box here. Have no idea if that's possible, but maybe Arctic will come out with something so you can have a different type of rear plastics. I don't know. So that's different. Those are just like nitpicky things. I know some people complain that these kind of get caught up on your boots when you're riding. I just ride with work boots right now. I'm not wearing moto boots. So for people that wear moto boots with these, you might experience that. Maybe you want to go the Vetra route. What else we got? Yeah, I mean, it definitely has a pretty solid battery. 55 amp hour, 3960 watt hour. So pretty awesome. Definitely a massive battery. Another thing, you got to really push this down to latch it. No, it's not coming up. Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of ranting here, just explaining random things about the bike. Um, it was $3,900 on Alibaba, so I don't know. It's definitely a solid choice. And the seller domain, it's like Shangzhou Domain Electric or something like that on Alibaba. That's the store. Um, they have the like 2118 setup. This is the 1918 setup, and they might have the 1916 setup, but I'm not positive. I haven't asked them yet. So yeah, if that's a size setup that you're looking for, but yeah, I mean I should say it's like 34-ish hundred before shipping and taxes. So yeah, I mean it's well worth it buying on Alibaba in my opinion, just because you can get the exact same bike just for significantly less. But yeah, let me know if you got any questions out there.